Good evening, everyone. It's Stretford Post. How are you doing? Good afternoon, should I say? Those who are in Europe, of course, it is evening for me, but good evening, everyone, anyway. How you all doing? Welcome to Chatterbox. Hope everyone is doing fine and everyone's had a fantastic day. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today, guys. Before I start, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new, and please don't forget to smash a like on the video if you guys could do that. This is the preview of Manchester United versus Leicester City in the FA Cup. Next round, of course, guys, a very important game for Man United. Look, we have to look at this very seriously now, because when you look at the games coming up in the FA Cup and the Europa League, this is our only avenue for European football. Now, priority is the Europa League, but second should be the FA Cup. I know it should be the league, but unfortunately, we're not really in that league anymore. We're not in the league title race anymore. Well, we never were in the league title race, but we're not in contention to qualify for Europe, unfortunately. And this league has become a bit of a dud, to be honest with you. So it's best that we concentrate on the trophies for the time being. And next season, we will pick it up and we'll be challenging for the league. I'm pretty sure, of course, guys. Let's be a little bit positive, of course. Now, when I think about Leicester City, I think about Manchester United against Leicester City. I think about, the first game of the season in the treble winning season. You remember that game, the 2-2 draw, with David Beckham scoring the last-minute goal from the free kick after the 1998 World Cup debacle. We all remember that, I remember the 6-2 against Leicester City midway through that season with Jaap Stam scoring a goal. I mean, we've had some great games against Leicester City, and they've given us some tough times as well. I mean, Filbert Street they used to play in, of course, and Man United used to struggle down there. It used to be a difficult game to go to. We won a few games there, but it was always a difficult game to go to. I remember Muzzy Izzet hitting one from on a volley and stuff, and us drawing the game. I remember that. I remember a 2-2 a couple of times. There is a difficult game, and it's a game that we have to take very seriously, because it is Ruud van Nistelrooy's return. Of course, a couple of games under Ruud van Nistelrooy's tenure at Manchester United, his short tenure at Manchester United, were 2 games against Leicester City. If we remember, we beat Leicester City, of course, by 5-2 and 3-0 under Ruud van Nistelrooy. So this is pretty interesting, isn't it? Now, he's on the other side. Ruud van Nistelrooy is on the other side. And to be honest with you, it's a game that we shouldn't let emotion take the running. We shouldn't let emotion get in the way of logic and what we need to do on the pitch, which is get through to the next round of the FA Cup. Look, the FA Cup's going to be difficult to win. There's still some good teams in there. Of course, we've still got Liverpool in there. We've knocked out Arsenal, but we still got Villa in there as well. So it's something that we have to look at, of course. And Man City, of course, are in there because they always get easy ties anyway. So, it's going to be a tough tournament to win. Let's go through some of your comments, guys, real quickly, of course. Big up, Tybo. What's going on, my friend? I'll be doing well. Till the end of the season, every game is like a cup final to us. I mean, especially the cup, Tyborg. I would say that Man United need to get some kind of respectability in the Premier League. If we can get some respectability in the Premier League in regards to moving up that table, I mean, if we can finish top half of the table, great. But Man United need to win a trophy to qualify for Europe. Of course, if we don't qualify for Europe, we miss out on millions. And that is a big problem going forward next season, because already we've got the excuses out, for the summer. So if we don't qualify for Europe in the summer, then I think that we're in a bit of a problem. Man United need to be in European competition, in particular the Champions League. If we win the Europa League, it's Champions League. Second fiddle is the FA Cup. We get into the Europa League. Now, don't be surprised if Man United do win a trophy this season. I'm not totally being negative. I want Man United to win a trophy, and I believe Man United can win a trophy this season. You never know what's going to happen in these trophies, especially the FA Cup, The Europa League has got a little bit of unknown about it. There is a little bit of element of unknown, the unknown quantity about the FA Cup, of course, about the Europa League, of course. Whoever you play, it's always going to be a difficult game. It is always going to be a difficult game. And you look at those teams in that table, they all probably believe that they can win the Europa League. I mean, probably Galatasaray, I believe they can win the Europa League, of course. Good afternoon, Pearl. What's going on, my friend? I'll be doing well. Good evening, everyone. The media has already said Ruben will be placed by Southgate. I mean, let them talk, Pearl. That's all I can say is let them talk. The most important thing for us to do is support our manager. What's Gareth Southgate going to do? He'll probably get us relegated at the end of the day. Gareth Southgate had a golden generation of players to choose from England and can't get over the line, even at a home tournament in England against Italy, a week into Italy, mind you. And Man United and Gareth Southgate You got a brilliant manager in Ruben Amorim. We've got a brilliant manager in Ruben Amorim, a tactical genius. But people want to get Gareth Southgate. You know what I mean? Just because he's buddies with the power. I mean, come on. His PR system, his PR campaign is absolutely it's exhausting. How do you say it? It's sickening. Let's just say it's sickening. It's just like non-stop. What about Southgate? What about Southgate? What about? I mean, I think it was Simon Jordan who was talking about Gareth Southgate and saying that why is he good enough for Man United? What how can he's not good enough for Man United? Absolutely not. At the end of the day, and he's not the right man for Manchester United. He's a mid-table Premier League manager. It's as simple as that, and that is the blatant facts of the matter. Of course, absolutely. Let me get into some quotes and stuff, guys, real quickly, in regards to everything and stuff. Now, when I think, look, I'm going to predict my lineup for this game, guys. The lineup that I'm going to pick for this game. Let me know your thoughts on the lineup. But this is the lineup I believe could be the lineup for the game, guys. That's the lineup, the predicted 11 for tomorrow's game against Leicester City. That we got Bayern in goal, Maguire as a left centre back, De Ligt as the centre back, Euro as a right centre back. Look, I'm going with Dorgu, guys. I believe Dorgu will start this game. I really do believe Dorgu needs to start this game. I think it's a game in the FA Cup. Leicester City won't be taking this game. Their focus is primarily on the Premier League. That's what their focus is on. And I don't think Leicester City will be, really going all guns blazing in the FA Cup because they got the league campaign to think about and survival. The only bit of added spice is Ruud van Nistelrooy. That's the added spice. So I would play Dorgu in that left-sided left-back position. I play Ahmad on the right-back, wing-back position because he's better on the wing. I would drop Dalot. I think Dalot needs to be dropped, guys. I'm sorry, but he does. I don't think he's been good for a long time, and he needs to be dropped. Bruno Fernandes in that centre midfield position. I know it's not his best position, but I would play him there for this game. Ugarte as the holding midfielder. Mainu as the number 10, along with Garnacho as number 10. I believe those two players will play well. They play well together. They really do. And I would like to see that more with Xerxes up front. I would like to see that a lot more, of course. We haven't seen enough of it, to be fair. We haven't seen enough of it. But that is my team that I predict will start the game on Friday night, of course, guys. Saturday morning for me. Saturday morning, the game kicks off for me, absolutely. Now, when we think about the last game that Manchester United faced against Leicester City, of course, it was a 3-0 victory over Leicester City just a couple of months ago, guys. It seems like a world away, didn't it? Seems like years ago that we played Leicester City this game. Fernandes and an own goal von Christiansen and Garnacho with a goal as well. So it was, so much has happened since November. This was in November. So much has happened since then. And you know what? Anything can happen in this game, of course. But I expect Man United to do similar on Friday. I really do. I think Man United will win this game. Not at a counter, but I think they will win this game comfortably, in my opinion. And they should win the game comfortably, in my humblest of opinions, of course. We also played Leicester City in the League Cup, of course. We ended up getting knocked out by Tottenham Hotspur, but we defeated Leicester City by 5-2. Casemiro's getting a couple of goals, Bruno Fernandes getting a couple of goals, and Garnacho. So what happened to that team? Why, scoring lots of goals? I mean, we haven't seen goals since then, have we? We need to see more goals from this team. Hopefully, we'll be seeing some goals on Friday, of course, guys. So let's hope. Here's to hope. Football's about goal scoring. Football's about entertainment at the end of the day. And hopefully we get that going forward, of course, guys. But let me know your thoughts. Of course. Let's read some of your comments. Guys, Jim, what's going on? Good luck venting from Australia. It's 2:06 a.m. Sal, good afternoon to you. How's your day? Very good, thanks, mate. Very, very good. I'm blessed. Thank you for asking, my friend. Hope you're doing well, mate. Absolutely. Meaning good evening, Peter. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Jim. Sorry, Sal. City keyboard playing up. Don't worry about it, brother. Don't worry about it. It's all good. I get you. Tybo, it was just a question of time before English media started turns on Amorim. Absolutely. The honeymoon is over and it's time for the usual Man United manager bashing. How can they say, this is what I don't get, Tyborg. How can they say that the honeymoon period is over when they haven't even been on honeymoon yet? At the end of the day, you're expecting Ruben Amorim to come in there and make magic happen with this bunch of players. At the end of the day, he's trying to change a philosophy at the football club. I've heard people say, no, if Potter was in charge of Manchester United and he was 14th place, you'll be calling for his head to be sacking him. Let me tell you why. Why? it's different between Potter and Ruben Amorim. Ruben Amorim has proven himself, right? Let's forget about he's won the Portuguese league, because I know people are going to throw that at me. Oh, he won the Portuguese league and it's not even a great league and stuff, like the ignorance of it and stuff. But let me just say this, right? He's done it in the Champions League. He was smashing it in the Champions League. He was smashing the likes of Manchester City by 4-1, wasn't it? Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, just a few months ago, that's why we believe in Ruben Amorim. Ruben Amorim bought Sporting Lisbon 20 years in obscurity to win the league and to be unbeaten. Unbeaten. They were incredible. This is why Ruben Amorim is classed as one of the best young managers in the game, because of this. And people want to throw certain narratives at me, cliches at me, hypotheses at me, and things like that, of course. Jen, greetings, brother. No, Tiber, big up everyone. Big up the family in the house. Of course, guys, absolutely good to see everyone in the house. Of course, this Chatterbox. Of course, so we'll be talking about Leicester City, guys. I interviewed a guy called Tony Cottee a few years ago, guys. Tony Cottee played in the Manchester United versus Leicester City game in 1988, 1999. It was the year we won the treble. It was the first game of the season. Beckham scored the equalizer in the last minute. If you look at this interview, have a look at it, have a look, and let me know what you think of it. It was a long time ago, so let me know what you think about this interview and your thoughts on the interview, of course, guys. I've been going for a long time, of course, guys. Absolutely. Let's see this.
Been able to carry on working for Sky, so that's been nice. Gets you out of the house, but I think we're all itching and ready for the fans to come back and get cracking with things now.
Yeah, I agree. Want to go and see some games again. Go up to Manchester again, see my team play. It's been a bit crazy this last year, but an eye opener, and hopefully we'll learn from it. We'll get stronger, and we'll appreciate those little small things that we took for granted, like going to a game.
Listen, I'm as guilty as anyone of that, so I think we all moan about it, I've got a little cough or a little cold or something, or I'm tired, or, I don't feel like doing something or whatever. I think it's been a bit of a reality check for everyone. So, yeah, I'm sure we'll come out the other side and we'll all sort of learn from the experience we've all been through, and hopefully we can, as I say, get back to some sort of normality, not just in football, but in life as well.
Yeah, for sure. Do you think that the stadiums being without fans has impacted the league somewhat in the unpredictability of the league? Because it's been a bit crazy this season. Anyone could beat anyone, and it seems like it's more of a level playing field. Do you think that's a fair statement?
No, I think it's a really fair comment. I think if you look at individual games, just off the top of my head, I'm thinking Man United losing at home to Spurs 6-1, which is your team, Would that have happened with fans? Possibly not. Liverpool losing.
So, guys, this is Tony Cottee. Tony Cottee played for Leicester City during the time of the treble-winning season for Manchester United, and he scored a goal against Man United that year, and at Old Trafford. In this interview, I do speak about. Go and check it out. Tony Cottee, Chatterbox, guys, go and check it out. In this interview, I speak about Manchester United versus Leicester City during the treble-winning season. And it's a very eye-opening interview. And it's one that you should guys check out. This is just a little preview for you. Go and check it out. Stretford Post, Tony Cottee. Absolutely, it is a must to check it out, guys. I won't take you through the whole video. The video is about a few, like an hour long. So, yeah, check it out. Absolutely. Former England player and Leicester City player and West Ham player, Tony Cottee, talking to me on Stretford Post a few years ago, guys. So go and check that out, of course, guys. If you could, thank you very much. I spoke to him about obviously the Leicester City game and that game in 98-99. And that game means a lot because you know what? It was the first game of the treble and it did mean a lot, to be honest with you. Absolutely. Big up. I would be more happy if a home game. Somehow our players are scared of our home crowd. It is true though, Tybal. You have the spot on. We got to get rid of this home game hoodoo, if you know what I mean. This home game hoodoo. We got to get rid of this because at the end of the day, your home form is so important. If you want to win things, if you want to challenge for titles, qualify for the Champions League, your home form is your bread and butter. It's your bread and butter. I remember a time when I used to walk out at Old Trafford, if we drew a game under Sir Alex Ferguson, it'd be like someone had died. That's how it would be like. That's how bad it was, And nowadays, it's like we're losing for fun. And we used to lose one game a season. That's what we used to do at Old Trafford. And that would be a lucky defeat, of course. Jim, Sal, this looks a few years old. I've seen your old videos, including your brother, Shat Warner. Are you going to bring them back? Yes, definitely going to bring them back. Absolutely. Absolutely. That isn't not that old, Jim. Is a couple of years old. But yeah, it is in my old place when I was moving out of London. That's when I was in London, of course, guys. So yeah, that was me again with Tony Cottee. So watch that interview. Check out the quotes about the Manchester United versus Leicester City game. That is what we were talking about, the 1998-99 treble winning season. Check it out. It is a very, very it is insightful. It is insightful. It's a good interview. It starts off slow, but it does really get into it, of course. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Mia. How you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Really good to see you. Good to see everyone in the house, of course, guys, as usual. That is what it's all about, the family in the house. Good to see everyone here, guys. But yeah, that was an interview, but I'm bringing that interview back. I've got a lot of projects coming up, of course, with this channel. Of course, those who saw Ben Jacobs' interview, thank you so much. People who joined me for the Ben Jacobs interview. Again, Ben Jacobs apologizes for being cut off at the end. His battery died and it went mad and the internet went bad and stuff like that. So apologies for that. But you know what? It was a great interview as well. So check out the Ben Jacobs interview and check out Ben Jacobs' interview this week with Fabrizio Romano. So you know what? Sal to Fabrizio, as you do, of course, guys. That is how you do, of course. And this is how we do it on Stretford Post, of course, guys. Absolutely. From day one, we've been doing it. From day one, we've been doing it, guys. Absolutely. But you know what? Guys, Friday is a very important game. It's more important than we think because we have two opportunities now to qualify for Europe, the FA Cup and the Europa League. The FA Cup, Europa League, the Europa League for the Champions League, the FA Cup for the Europa League for the Champions League. That is what we have to do. We have to hope that we do get the result against Leicester City, but it's very important. Jim, Kazi, big up everyone, of course. Cottee played against United when Leeds beat us to the old First Division 1992. West Ham won, they were relegated, I think. Yes, Darren, he done a lot of damage for Man United. He's a good friend of mine, Tony Cottee, by the way. Big up Tony Cottee, an absolute legend, of course, of the game. But yeah, he's been around, played for England. Check out the interview. We speak about England and we speak about the strikers of England, how the forward line of the English national team has declined, and we start talking about that, which is very important, because I feel like talent has regressed and stuff. I like talking about it, but I've also interviewed other footballers, Jason McAteer, Mikel Silvestri, people like that, of course, guys, over the past, now, 6 years? So yeah, very, very, I bring these in every now and then, but you know what, when it relates to the content, especially Leicester City against Man United, in 98-99 when he scored the goal, which we ended up drawing 2-2 in the first game of the season, of course. So yeah, very, 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 it's good to have a little bit of nostalgia, guys. I mean, I'm a nostalgic person sometimes. I really am. I like to talk about the old games, because those games are ones that bring me joy. I think about these games and I'm thinking that these games, they brought me joy. I remember those good times when, there was hardly any bad news. It was us against the world. We were just incredible, And you know what, with this great man right here, this great man right here, Sir Alex Ferguson, do you know what I mean? And it was brilliant. And I wouldn't change it for the world. Football was proper. Football was better. Players were better. Everything was better. And you know what? Man United, Bayern Munich, Juventus, Inter Milan, these were the proper teams of Europe. You know what I mean? Proper teams. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Sal, Bobby, you missed my earlier comment. Let me have a look. Read that one, mate. Which one is it? Is it this one? So I read some. Oh, okay. So reports that Ineos and Glazers still looking to sell Kobe, Mainu, and Garnacho. These stories are not going to go away, mate. So, look, let me tell you something about this, right? If Ineos had a good offer for those players, they'll sell them. That shows you what Ineos are at the end of the day. They will sell Garnacho and they'll sell Kobe, Mainu. Absolutely. I mean, I don't trust them. I don't think we should trust them. They haven't earned our trust. All they've done is burnt bridges with trust. That's all they've done. They've done a lot of bad things over this last few months, of course. So, yeah, very, very disappointed with them. You know what I mean? Very, very disappointed. I was willing to give them a chance. But unfortunately, it is what it is. 92 was the year I fall in love with United. Absolutely, Tyborg. Fantastic year. And 1991, 1992, Manchester United lost the league title to Leeds United. Let's not forget, Leeds United, who were managed by Howard Wilkinson at the time, had Eric Cantona in their team and Gordon Strachan. Of course, Gordon Strachan played under Sir Alex Ferguson when Sir Alex Ferguson first started for Manchester United, you know, and Alex Ferguson didn't rate him. He got rid of him. And he ended up playing for Leeds United and winning the title, of course. So that was a good Leeds tie. Fair play to Leeds. Gary Speed, you know, Gordon Strachan and Eric Cantona, Howard Wilkinson as a manager. It was a good time for them, but we came back the next season and we won the league, you know, for the first time in 26 years. Fantastic moment. I was there. And, you know, one thing as a child, as a kid, it was amazing memories for me, you know, because I started supporting Man United around 1989-90. My first game was Crystal Palace United in the FA Cup final. And you know what? I never thought that we would win the title. We came close. And then after that Leeds United season, 91-92, you know, I just felt like it's never going to happen. Do you know what I mean? It's never going to happen. And it is what it is at the end of the day, of course, guys. Absolutely. 92 was a brilliant year. Absolutely. Let me just get this tweet up. Just writing this tweet. There we go. Okay, Jim. Sal, I hate Ineos and the Glazers of two. I mean, I don't like them as well, mate. You know what I mean? I'm going to be honest with you. I always give people a chance, but they've completely lost my trust. I don't like them. I think they're snobby. I think they're arrogant. And I felt the most important thing is that the Ineos have facilitated the Glazers, which is the most important thing, and prevented Man United from having a future, you know. Struggling now to buy players. We're even struggling to pay $5 million for a loan deal. You know what I mean? Which is crazy when you think about how much money Man United accumulate from their profits, from the fans, of course. You know, and it is sickening. But all we can do as fans, is carry on. You know what? And support the manager, and that's what we're going to do, isn't it? And we hope. And don't turn against the manager. I'm seeing some idiots turning against the manager. You know, and I don't know what their head is. If their head is screwed on properly, I don't really know. They're a bit like a loose light bulb. That you need to screw it on a little bit tighter. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you know, absolutely. It's terrible at the end of the day. Big up, Darren. It's not good them coming out about Maino and Garnacho. The young players want to feel wanted, not this crap coming out. It's not good for the confidence of those young players, especially young players that have been there every single week almost. Garnacho is always available, Darren. You know, he's always available. He's never unfit. Look, the news coming out today that Luke Shaw has had a setback in his injury, right? All right, the setback is not long. The setback is extra week. But what's an extra week when you've been out for months and months? I didn't expect you to be back anyway next week, Mr. Luke Shaw. Anyway, so you know what, Luke Shaw, just on your bike, mate. I'm tired of Luke Shaw. I mean, at the end of the day, look, always injured, always a problem. We need players who are going to be there. You know what I mean? Who are there to help the team. You know what? The best form of ability is availability, as I've always said. Jim, big up respect, big up Sal, big up Jim, big up my friend. I too have given Ineos a chance, and seeing how they humiliated Ram and some of their decision made up my mind. Absolutely, Jim. You know what? We always give people chances. We're good people. We give people chances. But the problem is that they've ruined it. I don't trust them anymore. They now have to prove to us that they mean business. They have to prove to us and show us that they mean business. Show us that you can go and win a title. Show us that you can spend money every single summer like Manchester City do. Manchester City just dropped 200 million. Do you know what I mean? Just like that. Oof, and they got charges left, right, and centre. And then here we are. Oh, FFP, PSR, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's madness, you know. And look, guys, we got Leicester City on Friday. And it is the FA Cup. FA Cup is always magic for me. Of course, it is always a magic time. I love the FA Cup. I mean, I've had some of my best memories. My first ever game I went to was in the FA Cup, of course, guys. Absolutely. And I do enjoy the FA Cup. I really do. And I think Man United have a good possibility to win the FA Cup this season. I really do. As long as the draw goes our way, that would be great. Absolutely. Big up, Danny B. What's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Of course. Absolutely. But yes, that was, of course, guys, don't forget to check out my videos. And with that, I'm going to replay this again, of course, guys. Hit that like button lurker, Korchin Kostakel. Thank you so much, Danny B. Big up yourself. Thank you. Don't forget to press the likes. YouTube is having a little bit of algorithm problem, so the likes are probably coming a little bit later, but they are having a little bit of algorithm problem at the moment. But guys, please don't forget to just click the like for me if you can do that for me. Thank you so much. Big up, Achiji. What's going on? Good afternoon, Mr. Achiji, Mrs. Achiji. Gloria, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you very much for joining me today, of course, guys. So, yeah, look, I brought in that interview with Tony Cottee, of course, and I want you to know that, you know, I brought these players onto my streams because I wanted to talk about what it was like to play against that treble-winning side. I know, look, you know what? I know, like, you're interviewing the Man United players and stuff like that, but I also wanted to know what it was like to play against that Man United treble-winning side, if you know what I mean. So, a very good, insightful interview. Don't even mention Man City transfers, still suffering seeing Mermish going there. Mamouche, Tyborg, you know what? You have to applaud them, Tyborg. You have to, because at the end of the day, they get their job done. They get the business done. They're not scared of FFP. They're not scared of PSR. They just get it done. They got 115 charges and they're still signing players at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And yeah, still got... And you know what? They signed a couple of young players, but they're signing players now so that they are ready for the start of next season. We're panicking now. No, we can't panic buy. We can't panic buy. Mad. Sal, how is Grayo? I have not seen him. He's dealing with a family issue at the moment, Jim. Don't want to give too many details. If you DM him or something, he's dealing with a family a crisis at the moment. So. Big up, Grayo. My prayers are with you and much love to you, brother. Big best of luck, of course, as usual. Of course, absolutely. Please, Mr. Sal, can't we just give Tito Imagery a chance right now? I feel like the right moment for the young. No, Ichichi, no. We can't. Listen, you're talking to a guy, you know, of a very long time Man United fan. You can't just chuck young players into a mess. If you look. People are going to use the example of the class of 92. Let me tell you something about the class of 92. I feel like a broken record here. But when the class of 92 came through, they had Cantona, they had Cole, they had Giggs, they had Bruce, they had Pallister, they had Schmeichel, they had Keane around them, right? When you bring in a young player, let's say Obi Martin comes into the team, right? Let's say he doesn't score for 3 games, right? The crowd are ruthless. The crowd are ruthless. They will not give him a chance. Trust me. You can't throw him in now. The best time to throw in Chido Alba Martin is in the summer, the next season. Because right now, if he goes into that side in a cesspit of what is Manchester United at the moment, he's going to be eaten alive. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. Right? It will affect his future for many, many years. And it's happened before. I've seen it with my own eyes. What we need to do with Chido Alba Martin, with Shea Lacey, with players of that nature, with Aiden Heaven as well, is that we need to give them minutes. Here and there. Here and there. Here and there. Drift them in, drift them out. Drift them in, drift them out. We can't just throw them in the deep end. Score goals for me when we're not even creating chances for the striker. Diego Leon played 90 minutes again last night for Paragon to 20. Had a good game. Yeah, big up Diego Leon. Please don't get injured, Diego Leon. As I said again, please, I reiterate, please don't get injured again, Mr. Leon. Oh, Mr. Leon, don't get injured again, please. Please don't do that. Absolutely. Yeah, injured again in training. Yeah, I mentioned that earlier, Conrad. Luke Shaw is injured. He is going to be back on Monday. But you know what? How long is a piece of string? I didn't even know Luke Shaw was going to be back on Monday anyway. So just injure on, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, he's a calamity. And I just feel like we need to get rid of him. I really do. I like Luke Shaw. He's one of my favorite players when he's playing. I think he's a fantastic player. I really do. But you know what? We can't be carrying these players now on such and such 200 grand a week. Do you know what I mean? It's madness, isn't it? He's due a testimonial very soon. Madness. Jim Wright, Cliff, want to turn United into Formula One club. Goodness me. I wouldn't be surprised if Chichi. Pass my prayers and thoughts to Greg. I will do, Jim. Absolutely will do. Big up Sal, another Luke Shaw injury extension. They could just terminate his contract and pay off because it's a bit much now. He has missed more games than he has played for Man United. You know, the problem is we would do that, LT. The problem is that he's on such a high amount of wages. I think he's on 2 or 3 years left on his contract. So we're going to have to pay off that whole contract. The whole contract has to be paid off. You know what I mean? So it's disappointing, man. It is disappointing. You know what? I like Luke Shaw, but enough is enough, to be honest, guys. Enough is enough. Man United need to move on from Luke Shaw now. You know, we got Diego Leon, we got Dorgo. Let him go. You know what I mean? Let him go. That is what we should be doing at the end of the day, my friends. Absolutely. I think we should be doing that. Just selling him now because we're carrying him too much. We've been carrying him for too long, of course. We've been carrying him for too long. Of course, guys. Right, guys. Yeah. So Manchester United against Leicester City. What is my prediction for the game? Now, my prediction for Manchester United against Leicester City is Manchester United 2, Leicester City 0. That's my prediction for the game. I'd like to know your predictions for the game, guys. Really interested to know your predictions. Mine's going 2-0 to Manchester United, guys. I can't wait for it. You know what? It's another game to redeem ourselves, isn't it? You know. But knowing Man United's luck, we'll beat Leicester City and then we'll end up getting a Liverpool away or Man City away in the next round. That's how the cookie crumbles with Man United. Come on, Leyton Orient. They're playing Manchester City on Saturday. Leyton Orient is my local club, guys. My local club is Leyton Orient, of course. Worked with Leyton Orient, of course, guys. I did many times. And you know what? Brilliant times, of course. So, yeah, let's see what happens in that game. SLD, City spent 200 million this window. We barely signed a left back. Exactly. We took all month SLD to sign a left back. Took a month. It felt like years, didn't it? At the end of the day. Both Shaw and Martial should buy a house near a pivot hospital somewhere in the mountains in Switzerland. My goodness me. They'll probably get injured there, just slipping on the snow or slipping on some ice or something like that. You know what I mean? Look, guys, I've heard something today, right? I've heard something today that you wouldn't believe, right? I heard this, right? I heard that from a journalist, Chris, I think Ducker. Is it Ducker? Was it not Ducker? I'm not sure what the name of the guy is. Anyway, big journalist. The return of Cristiano Ronaldo affected Rashford's game and destroyed Rashford. Where is the accountability in this house, mate? Where is the accountability? They want to blame Cristiano Ronaldo for the downfall of Marcus Rashford. How stupid must you be? What a clown. What a clown. Goodness me. Absolutely. 2-1 to Leicester. I want a win, but I have minimum hope and belief. I'm going 2-0. I'm being confident, SLD. I'm going 2-0 Man United. I really am. I think Man United would do the business. I think the cup games were right. We knocked out Arsenal. What's the point of knocking out Arsenal? We're 10 men. You know what I mean? We're 10 men and a referee against us if we're going to get knocked out against Leicester City in the next round. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. We have to go there and win. That's the easier game, of course. The way Luke Shaw is going, he might have to make the starting lineup with Kutches. Oh, my goodness me. Can you imagine? Zerkamp, it's only 1-0 difference. My goodness me. We beat Leicester City. Guys, let me remind you again, right? Look. And look. All right? That was this season, guys. So that would be an awful turnaround if Man United managed to lose to Leicester City. I think Man United will beat Leicester City. Guys. If Man United do not beat Leicester City tomorrow, I will shave off my hair for you guys live on stream. If Man United do not beat Leicester City on Friday. Now, you got that there. Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. Absolutely. There you go. I think we have a better performance this month due to more time trading. Yeah, less time trading, more time training. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Hopefully, LT. I'm confident. I'm confident we'll beat Leicester City. Absolutely. Man United 3, Leicester 1. I take that, Conrad, all day long. I would take that result all day long, of course. Absolutely. Tybo, true that. Yeah, come on, guys. So I'm going 3-0. I take that, Jim. I'll take that all day long. We've beaten them 3-0 already. We've beaten Leicester City by 3 goals twice this season, guys. So what makes you think, in your honest opinion, that Leicester City are going to rock up to Old Trafford and beat us now, all of a sudden? 3-1 United, where the optimism comes from, I have no idea. You got to be optimistic, Tybog, isn't it? You know, we got to be optimistic. You know, positivity resonates. Positivity grows. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I would say. You know, at the end of the day, you know, we need to get more positivity in the house, because negativity just is addictive, just like positivity is addictive. Absolutely. Could this Leicester City game be another Coventry 4-3? Wow, goodness me, that was a long time ago. SLD, we should have been knocked out in that game. Definitely, if it wasn't for VAR, we would have been. Absolutely. United 3-0, says Darren. I go with that. I say 2-0. I think Man United win 2-0. And do you know what? I'm going for a shock. I'm going for a shock. There's going to be a shock goal scorer, a brace from a shock goal scorer, guys. That's what I believe. Absolutely. That's what I believe. In this game, of course, guys. That's what I believe, guys. If you don't mind, of course. Hey, Sal and chat. Big up, Gione. What's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. I've been depressed lately, but the transfer window, nothing but a 5-0 do for me. You don't ask so much, do you, Gione? Big up yourself, though. Big up. I know it hasn't been great, as it, you know, it has been depressing being a Man United fan. But look, guys, we have each other. At least we have each other. At least we have the community. At least we're here together. We're feeling the same pain. We're all here together, feeling the same pain, going through the same emotions, ain't we? So that is a consolation, isn't it? And hopefully it will get better. As long as we get through against Leicester City and we go on to the last 16 of the FA Cup. We go to the quarterfinal, don't we? Yeah, as long as we win in the last 16, we go to the quarterfinal of the FA Cup. Yeah, there we go. And we're nearly there then. We're nearly there. Please, Leicester, do it. We have to see Bald Sal. Don't say that, Tybalt. You know what? Man United winning is more important than me being bald. And you don't want to see me bald. I'll lose subscribers. For goodness sake. I'm scared my hair won't grow back. I'm old enough now. My hair might not grow back. My hair they might just throw in the towel. I might not have any more hair left. Sal, the problem Man United Old Trafford don't perform only well away. That's true, but we seem to do well against Leicester. We beat them 5-2 and 3-0. I'm going to hang on to that. I'm going to cling on to that, guys. I'm going to cling on to that. So we seem to beat him, of course. Jim, after the shambles of the transfer window, let's rise up and get behind our team. It's not a loss. Pride of United. Absolutely, my friend. Guys, you haven't made a comment about my team. You bunch. This is my team, of course, guys. I don't think we should wait with Dorgu. I think we should play Dorgu. I'll play Dorgu in the wing back and I'll play Ahmad as a right wing back. The thing is, right, Dalot needs to be dropped, guys. I'm sorry, but Dalot needs to be dropped. Dalot has been awful. So he needs to be dropped. That is the team I'm going for, guys. Hope you like it. Let me know. And my prediction is 2-0 to Manchester United. Guys and guisettes, of course, guys. Absolutely. Jim, after the shambles, I think I read down. Sorry. Sal, having shaving his head. Let's go, Leicester. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not nice. You know what? Why don't you shave your hair? I tell you what, if Leicester City win, if Man United win, you have to give me a super chat. That's what you have to do. Absolutely. And I'll shave off my hair. Power to Man United on their official page of Aston Villa. Their average views are 200k, but Rashford got 22 million. My goodness me. The power, the pull of Manchester United. The pull of Manchester United. That is Manchester United to a T, isn't it, guys? Absolutely. Manchester United to a T. So you should have shave your head on the Europa League or FA Cup. I'm going to shave off my head. If Man United win the Europa League, I will shave off my hair for you guys. Absolutely. And I will celebrate on here like a nutter. I would celebrate on here like an absolute craze. An absolute nut. That's what I would do, because I'll be so happy. Man United in the Champions League after this season. Imagine we win the Europa League. And the Arsenal fans try to talk. Oh, but you came 13th. Yeah, but we got a trophy in Champions League. We got the same as you and a trophy. You know, I want that again. You remember those days? You remember 2017 when we had that, you know, that banter with Arsenal because we won the Europa League and they didn't win nothing. When we won the FA Cup and they didn't win nothing. You know, we've had the better of Arsenal. We've had the last laugh over Arsenal over the last few years. Big up to SLD. Hit me with a lineup, maybe Højlund instead of Xerxes, but it's okay. Yeah, I mean, they're very similar, isn't it, Tyborg? They're very similar, both those players, Højlund and Xerxes, very similar players, of course. Absolutely. I would join you, Sal, but I'm almost bored already. Oh, mate. Sorry, mate. Look, you get a transplant. You can get a transplant. Why don't you just shave it off and go for the stubble look? You know what I mean? The Pep Guardiola look. Not the scratches on your head, though. You don't want scratches on your head. Pep Guardiola is looking like a bit of a nutter at the moment. Absolutely. SLD, Luke Shaw injured during the Europa League final. We won. Typical. Luke Shaw is injured, waking up in the morning. He wakes up in the morning. Luke Shaw's like Mr. Bean. He'll wake up in the morning. He hit his head on the low shelf, right? Then he will hit his foot on the corner of his cabinet, of his drawers, of his chest of drawers. Then when he's turning off his alarm, he'll cut his hand. Then he'll slip on a sock and then fall flat on his face. He'll manage to get himself up. He'll go into the bathroom, then slip again on a bar of soap, and then he'll smash it against the sink. That is Luke Shaw. That is a day in the life of Luke Shaw. Yeah, he's a calamity. Someone should have a camera on Luke Shaw. It'd be comedy gold. Jeremy Beadle all over again. It'd be comedy gold just watching Luke Shaw. A day in the life of Luke Shaw. David Attenborough. A day in the life of Luke Shaw. You know, and you see Luke Shaw, you know what I mean, hurting himself and stuff. Like, he'd be like, if he was an animal, he'll be a zebra. If he was an animal, he would be a zebra. Why would he be a zebra? Because he would be chased by the lions all the time, and that's what he would be doing. Jim, oh my days, shout. I'm cracking my ribs laughing. If we win the Europa League and the FA Cup, only to watch Arsenal win nothing, second position again. What have you won, though? But what have you won? Yeah, but we got Champions League, same as you, and we got a trophy. What have you won? I'm waiting for it. I'm practicing right now. I'm warming myself up. I don't want to get overly giddy. Of course I don't. But you know what? It is. One can dream. Of course. One can imagine that this will happen, of course, guys. Absolutely. We do hope it does happen, of course. Luke Shaw wearing a Gold Pro, all you would see is the medical staff and bangers. Luke Shaw, my goodness me, he should be sponsored by NHS. That guy, absolutely. His boots should be sponsored by NHS. He shouldn't come out in a pair of boots. He should come out in a bloody cast on his leg with a few studs at the bottom. That's what he should come out. Can you imagine? Two casts on his legs and some studs at the bottom of the cast to get him to make it sure that he can run. Probably run faster than he is right now. Tyborg, imagine the Greek fan. That would be hilarious. Indeed, mate. You know what? I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for it because at the end of the day, I'm taking all these insults. I'm taking all this banter. You know what? It will be sweet. Guys, it will be sweet. If we win the Europa League, I'm getting all angles, mate. I'm getting all angles. You're not gonna see a bit of hair, my guys. Absolutely not. Yeah. And that's what I'm going to do because you know what? I feel like Man United, if we won the Europa League, it'd be such an achievement for Man United to qualify for the Champions League this season. Build Ruben Amorim a statue. Build Ruben Amorim a statue. That's how it should be. Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. But guys, yeah, look, you know what? It is the previous show for Leicester City. Leicester City will be like, it depends what Leicester City turn up. The only thing is that Leicester City have Ruud van Nistelrooy. And he's going to be wanting to do something in that game. It will be an emotional game. But at the same time, Leicester City need to focus on survival because they're struggling at the moment. So they need to focus on their own survival. And you know what? May the best team win. And Man United need it more than Leicester. Man United need the FA Cup more than Leicester. They do. I've come to the conclusion. Absolutely. Guys, it will be an earlier show today. I am closing. I've got to go out. I've got to do a couple of things. But guys, I want to thank everyone for joining me. And don't forget, I've got a new video up, of course. So, SLD, we are in phase 1. Amorim is getting battered. Arteta is in phase 5 and 6. Where's the question about his managerial skills? Absolutely. We're in phase 1. He's not even in phase 1, SLD. He's in like 2.5 months at Man United. And people are saying, oh, the honeymoon period is over. What honeymoon? He came into a club trying to implement a unique style of football with players that are not his, with off-field issues up to his head. It's madness. When the way people talk, you know, it's like I do question them. I really do. Just getting rid of Rashford deserves a statue. Some big managers couldn't do it. They haven't got rid of him, though, Tyborg. He's coming back. Don't worry about that. I've got a feeling. But what I say, Tyborg, is fair play to Ruben Amorim. fair play to Ruben Amorim. You know, absolutely superb. He got him at the club. He got that bad influence out. And you know what? Brilliant. Brilliant. And hopefully Aston Villa buy him. The great thing is in being on loan is that if he does well and scores lots of goals, he'll have interest from other clubs and we'll get more money for him. You know, brilliant. Yeah. Guys, I'm still doing my membership videos. Don't forget, I've got a couple of more membership videos coming up. I've got a lot planned, of course, guys, and in regards to this channel. So don't forget, you can join the membership. And if you want, of course, I don't force anyone, but if you want to join the membership, it does help the stream. It does help the channel, of course, tenfold, of course. So thank you so much. Big up, everyone. Greetings from Ghana. Greetings, my friend Michael. Michael, do you support Hearts of Oak? Do you support Hearts of Oak? Who do you support? That is my favorite Ghanaian team, is Hearts of Oak. Big up Hearts of Oak. Hearts of Oak, massive. Absolutely. Big up, Michael, my friend. Good to see you. Good to see you, of course. Bless up, Sound Tyborg. Big up everyone, of course. Big up everyone who's joined me. Hopefully this means the end of the player power. I hope so as well, Tyborg. We pray, of course. Cheers, guys. Cheers, Tyborg. Cheers, you legends. I remember when Mourinho called out some of senior players and the board about investment and players. One thing I would give Ineos their dues is that it seems to me that they are backing Ruben Amorim. They're backing him to the hill and back. They've given Ruben Amorim the keys to the castle, basically, that he can call out any one of those players as he wants. LT, why do our ex-players who are in the social talk such trash about our club and have started questioning Amorim? How can Scholes say Amorim? Because they don't have a high IQ, LT. Their IQ is very low. Just because they played football doesn't mean they know more than me or you. They don't, actually, because we actually consume more football than them. Look, I love them as players, but it doesn't mean that they are more knowledgeable than us when it comes to football. Absolutely not. Far from it. Thanks, Sal, for the stream. True hard work and dedication. Love and respect to you and your family. Thank you. You too. Likewise, Jim. Big up yourself. Big up Lucky Singh. If Manchester United manager, I am playing Joshua Zirkzee and Amar Ibrahimov. I mean, I would love to see Ibrahimov, but he's not going to be in the squad tomorrow, unfortunately. Too young at the moment to be thrown into this mess. We are in a mess, but you know what? We have to get through. Let's not forget. Neville and Carragher are quite annoying. They are. Neville's no different to Carragher. In fact, Carragher's better than the way Neville's been talking recently. I beg his belief, to be honest with you. The way he's been talking about our manager, you know. And we all know that Gary Neville is very pally with Ineos. We know that he wants hotel football built on that site where they're building the stadium. So he has to keep Ineos sweet. And this is why he's keeping them sweet. Kotoko, I support Hearts of Oak, my friend. Big up. Absolutely. Me too, Lucky Singh. Big up, Lucky Singh. Big up everyone in the stream, guys, who joined me today. You're all legends. You're absolutely amazing people. And thank you, everyone, for joining me. Don't forget, I'll be back for Breaking Dawn tomorrow, as usual, guys. And guys, look, you know what? We look forward to the game. All we can do is have enthusiasm about the game and just look forward to the game. And hopefully it goes according to plan, of course. And nothing happens bad, of course, guys. Absolutely not. But, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Slightly early show, but, guys, thank you, everyone who tuned in. And, guys, don't forget to smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Very important. Guys, don't forget, please. Thank you so much. And I'll see you tomorrow. Loads of new material coming on the channel. Just keep your notifications on. I will be here live as much as I can. Thank you, everyone, guys. Take it easy. I'm Sal Warner. This is Chatterbox. Take it easy. Peace.